Oh, is that as good as it's gonna get? Oh, wow. It's like, I look like I'm in a soap opera. Mmm. Very hazy morning. We're gonna stick with it. Hey, what's up, Medley? Hello, Kiwi and Ava. Oh, Space Boy. Welcome back. And hello, Jordan. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday so far. This song is called Spring Street. I've also never been camping, Ava. Why haven't I been camping? I guess I just never wanted to go. You say it's cheap. I believe it. I believe there's a lot of cheap pastimes that I haven't done. Camping was the one thing I could rely on for vacation. Well, I've never been on a vacation before, so there's that. mountains. So if I want to like go hiking, I can just kind of drive up and go hiking anytime I want. But I've never been camping. Like I didn't necessarily feel the need to like get a tent and spend the night at night in the woods. Word up, you Syria. We all know how that goes. You know what's funny, Eva? I feel like I wouldn't enjoy it as much if I was with people. Somebody that goes up to the mountains pretty often. I don't think I would like to do it with a group. But that being said, every single time I go up to the mountains, I always think of that movie, like 127 Hours or whatever, where Homer gets stuck like between a rock and another rock, and how like the main crux of that movie was that he was by himself and nobody knew where he was, and that was why it was so dangerous. Like if maybe if somebody knew where he had gone or if somebody was with him, he wouldn't have been in that life-threatening situation. Anyway, I do like going into the mountains, Ava, and I do like hiking. morning, Sophie. It's past midnight here. Jesus, Sophie. Well, I hope you got some rest at all. Or are going to. Oh, that's the medley for today. Oh my goodness. It went over an hour. Okay. You serious talking about hair? Happy early birthday for tomorrow, Euceria. Also, good on you for redoing your hair for your birthday, even during quarantine. For my birthday, I was looking extra bummy, yo. Also, I've only retwisted my hair once since quarantine started, because I just figure, what's the point? Anyway, sorry if I missed anything important in the stream. I am here now. I am present. Welcome. It's 179, guys. Morning Medley number 179. There's a production stream tomorrow in the studio again. It's going to be long, so if you are planning to stay for the entire stream, buckle up. If you're not, I'm thinking of doing more upbeat stuff in the first half of the stream and ambient stuff in the second half. As we all know, my plans often just turn into a weird mush of whatever I'm feeling at the time, but as it stands so far, I'm going to start off dancey and fun and heavy, and then end off super ambient. Lana says, I seem like I'm in a good mood. That's really funny that you say that, because before I started the stream, I actually had a really awful phone call, so I was in a bad mood. But I'm kind of sleepy. I think a lot of the times my sleepy can be, I feel like loose, if that makes sense. Being exhausted kind of loosens me up. In the same way that alcohol loosens some other people up. Somebody's saying potato a lot. That medley was good, says Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate you. I like I like Lindsay calling Cyber, because when Lindsay calls Cyber, I imagine like Cyber's like running with a giant, like a giant wrench. Like Cyber has like a dog-sized wrench. It's like, because because I could do something about it. I could do something about it, but somehow letting it play out's a little bit funnier. Sorry, guys, if that is upsetting. I apologize. um, however, magnetic game. Oh no, magnetic game. I do like potatoes. If that was a genuine question, I do like potatoes. I eat them quite often. It appears you have been put in the timeout. It's out of my hands, magnetic gaming. It's just you can't say potato that many times in a row. You broke the you broke you broke our agreed upon limit for potato. We allow 3 potatoes maximum, so I apologize, magnetic game, if you were indeed a real person and not just a gremlin. I do love potatoes. Magnetic game, while you're stuck in this timeout, if you don't leave, I'm going to explain to you a few ways that I prepare my potatoes. So, I'm a big fan of russet potatoes. Oh, hold on. Hold on, Magnetic. Pause on the potato talk. Lindsay says, the noodling before Ego Death was stellar. Very good stuff. Ah, Lindsay, I do not remember what I played. I do remember playing Ego Death. I just don't remember what I played before it. But noodling is a very, very apt description of whatever I was doing. Okay. Oh, thanks, Zodiac. Who is the potato dude? Sounds like a cool guy. I don't know. A gamer, I think. Maybe? I don't know. But I'm about to tell them some potato things. So, I prefer russet potatoes. My mom likes the like little red ones, which I think taste good as well, but I don't know how to prepare them correctly. They're like a little too soft, and it always ends up a nightmare when I try to make them, so I usually stay away from those. Callion would approve of this potato talk. Callion's whole thing is potatoes, so I try not to like put that in my videos or anything because I don't want to like swag a jack. People still say swag a jack. Anyways, I like russet potatoes. I prefer Magnetic Game to buy the solo potatoes. Like if you go to the grocery store, if you go to like the produce section, usually there's like a sack of potatoes for a pretty good bargain. But then there's like actual just potatoes you can buy by the pound. I prefer the buy by the pound potatoes. I feel like they're just higher quality than the ones that are put in the pre-packaged bag. So I usually go with those. I have a potato biller. I have a crinkle cutter. I make fries a lot. I make a lot of fries. Maybe probably bad for me to make as many fries as I do, but I love potatoes, so I usually fry them. I have a crinkle cutter, and I just make crinkle cut fries. I thought about getting those little Cuisinart things to make curly fries, but I mean, why? Why bother? So, the like Lowry's seasoning salt magnetic. There's this seasoning called Lowry's seasoning salt. If really any seasoning salt will do. I typically prefer to go with I do not have an air fryer, Daniel. I prefer to go with seasoning salt as opposed to regular table salt. And I think the reason for that is I just want a little bit extra spice kick in there. For a little while, I was making my own like seasoning salt just by having like salt, and I would put a little bit of pepper and like paprika, and there's one more thing I'm missing. Oh, I would put cayenne pepper in it, and then I would mix it all together, and I would sprinkle that on my potatoes. I also really like making mashed potatoes. Magnetic. However, I only make mashed potatoes when I have a bunch of company over because like mashing one potato and then eating all of it feels weird to me. I don't know. I like baked potatoes, but I never make them. I never make them magnetic. What I do a lot is I'll do a. I haven't actually done this in a while because I started switching over what I was eating for breakfast. But before, what I would always do is I would have eggs, chorizo, potato, basically making a breakfast burrito, but I would make it in like a quesadilla form, so it was flat. Eventually, I got rid of the eggs, and it was just potato and chorizo, and then potato and soy chorizo. But the weird thing is, like, I won't get too much into that, but yeah, I love potatoes. Magnetic Gaming. I hope this answer suffices. If you haven't scampered off. I mean, mess with home fries. That's my jam, says Diz. I mean, I make fries at home, but you've seen my fries, I hope. I don't know if they qualify as home fries. Oh, Jordan likes them. Oh, Jordan thinks they're akin to cartoon fries. That's high praise. Thank you, Jordan. My fries used to be trash. It took a while for me to get that decent at them. And honestly, even my chicken, I made myself a chicken sandwich yesterday. My chicken is like either amazing or it's like okay. And I think there's okay, so first of all, ours is dope, but have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Sweet Baby Ray's? I have heard of Sweet Baby Ray's. I've also had Sweet Baby Ray's. I'm actually indifferent. I think the only reason I do Lowry's is because it's more. It seems to appear in more stores. So usually if I'm just like running through the aisle and I grab it, I just grab it off of like brand recognition. I don't think it tastes better than Sweet Baby Ray's. Definitely. I don't think it tastes better. Just gotta say. Frying anything is really hard to get perfect, says Lindsay. I agree, Lindsay. So here's the thing. You cook with care, and you can tell with how the food looks. Aw, Jordan. These are the compliments I care about. If everybody only complimented my music and my food for the rest of my life, I think I'd be content. I don't really care about anything else. This is their flat and long, like you sliced up a long potato, long ways, but stop there and you just fried them. Oh, yeah, I don't be making those, Diz. I hate frying, it scares me, says Jordan. It can be scary, for sure. Listen, I don't measure things when I cook, and that's definitely not a flex. That's not a bragging thing. It's just, I hate measuring things. I don't know why this is. I think maybe it's because my mom didn't, and that's where I learned how to cook. She would very rarely measure stuff. I just kind of throw things in. I remember learning how to make waffles, and like the first few think about like, okay, no, let's back up. I imagine everybody in the stream has made pancakes at one time in their life. If you have, cool. If you haven't, I don't know. I don't know how to simplify this conversation anymore for you, so just try to, you know, relate. On the back of a Moe's pancake, I'm talking like the ready mix. I make pancakes from scratch now. I don't do the box stuff, but I did used to do the box stuff, and I remember turning over the box, and it's like a cup of mix. I don't know, and then like a 3/4 cup of water or milk or whatever, and that's kind of it. Those are your only two ingredients. The ingredient one is mix. Ingredient two is water or liquid. And I remember really getting the measuring cup, the little beaker, and like measuring out the first few times I made pancakes. And then after a while, I was like, I'm pretty sure I get what the consistency of this stuff is supposed to be. So then you just kind of pour enough mix into a bowl that looks right, and then you keep pouring in water and mixing it until it gets to like the right consistency and look. And then from there, I just kind of got accustomed to never measuring anything. I would usually measure things the first time I made it. Like if there was a recipe for waffles, the first time I did make waffles, I did like do the whole like, okay, this much flour, this much baking powder, this much cinnamon, this much nutmeg, this much cooking oil, this much milk. I did everything by, the cup or by the tablespoon. And then literally the second time I made waffles, I just eyeballed everything. And it was bad, and then I eyeballed everything again, and it was like closer, and it's kind of like whatever. It's not a perfect science. And so I feel like with frying things, back to that conversation, Lindsay, I don't time anything. I don't know the temperature of anything. I don't like put the thermometer in the chicken to make sure it's like done. I just kind of know when it's done. And like when I'm making my batter, I don't measure the stuff when I put it in. So sometimes the batter's dope. Sometimes it's like whack. And I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I'm putting in it that makes it taste whack when it tastes whack. I don't know. Whew. Okay. What about potato pancakes, says Diz? I like potato pancakes, but I don't make them. Diz. Um, word up. Oh, that's wrong, but I like it. Oh my goodness, how did I miss so many things in that few seconds? Okay, have you ever shown off all the stickers on the door to your room? I don't think we've been given a clear shot of those. Well, Cyber, they aren't stickers. They're just literal cardboard cutouts. I took an X-Acto knife and I cut out, some outlines from pizza boxes because I was eating a lot of pizza that year. I'm eating a lot of pizza every year, so I just cut them out and then I put double back tape on the back of them and stuck on my door. I haven't really showed it off, but maybe I'll do it tomorrow's stream right before I start the production thing, if I can make the webcam stretch that much. Word. Welcome back, magnetic game. Okay. I'll measure liquids but not spices, says Liana. Interesting distinction. The worst is mistaking sugar for salt. I once, Jordan, mistook. Mistook. I got Parmesan cheese and salt confused. I was in a pizza place called Joe's, and some of you will know this place if you're in New York. There's a pretty famous pizza place called Joe's. Joe's Pizza, and I got 2 slices, and they have. I just saw a big jar of white stuff, and it was really dark. I should mention that it was like 1 a.m. It was really dark and there was a bunch of people in there, so I like finally reached and got the white thing, and I was just like pow 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 pow, because I like a lot of Parmesan cheese on my pizza. And I did one of those, and then I put it back, and I went outside, and I was starving. And I was so happy, like finally took that first bite, and nearly killed myself. It was horrible. I ruined that pizza. In retrospect, I don't really understand why they had salt there, but I don't know. I'm used to like pizza. It's like crushed red peppers. It's like crushed peppers, Parmesan, and then sometimes oregano. I don't know why they had salt there. Um, oh, I'm sorry for your cousin. The consistency is extremely different, Lindsay. I should say though, it was like big salt. Think big salt, like the salt that you would put on a pretzel. It wasn't like table salt. This was like big salt. This was big. This was big salt. And again, it's 1 a.m. It's dark. It's crowded. I'm just hungry. I'm trying to get my pizza and get out of there because it was like packed full of people, and I was like, I just want to go stand on the street and eat this pizza. It was it ruined those slices. And for those of you that know New York City, these slices were not cheap, and I waited quite a while for them, so I didn't get pizza that night. I had that bite and I was like, well, this pizza's ruined. I can't like brush it off because the pizza's super oily and like greasy. So I just threw away the pizza slices, and then I went back to my hotel room. Oh my god, which was amazing. Ugh. I'm trying not to think too bad about the before times, guys. I was living a different life. Anyways, I went back to my hotel room, but then I just had room service. Uh, which I never recommend. Ever. From any hotel. Isn't New York pizza... okay. So, is New York pizza floppy? Traditionally, yes. But you can definitely get like a... You can get like a wooden slice. You can get like the slice that's been sitting out for a while and they just pop it into the oven. It comes out and it's got this like crunch to it. You can get some of those, but yes, it's floppy. And that's why you fold it, says Liana. I I actually I didn't fold my pizza for a really long time. There's a few reasons why I didn't fold the pizza. Um. Oh crap. Yeah, where did Magnetic Game go? Anyways, I think the initial reason why I didn't fold pizza is because if you fold a New York slice, which as we all know is extremely greasy, the grease pulls up in like the valley you've created, the little canal you created while you're eating it. And I hate the feeling of biting into pizza and just like hot orange like translucent liquid like dripping everywhere. And I feel like yeah, it's still just as greasy if I eat it normal, but it's less concentrated. When the grease is all concentrated in a pool, it like messes me up a little bit. And so when I do fold it, I've tried to like do this, so some of the grease comes out, but New York like degreasing a New York slice of pizza by making the river and going like this a few times is not efficient. It is not efficient. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll grab a bunch of napkins and I'll dab the grease off of it. I'll throw away the napkins, then I'll fold it and eat it. And this system works. It's just like I don't want to have this many like prereq steps before eating pizza. So that is my one complaint with New York pizza. It is like it's very hard to degrease. Anyways, Spaceboy fell asleep watching the stream. Welcome back to the waking world, the world of waking, Spaceboy. Glad to have you, and I hope your rest was in some way rejuvenating, even if it was just, for like 5 minutes. I feel like the grease gets all over my face if I don't fold. Why is it so greasy? Is it greasy because the bread's so thin that it doesn't soak up the grease? Like is Detroit style pizza not as greasy because there's more bread there to soak in the grease? Like what actually is that? Because I don't like it. I love New York style pizza. I love New York pizza. I just I have New York pizza once a week. There's a New York pizza place. New York style pizza place ran by a dude from New York out here that I go to because they have the $2 slices, But yeah, why is other pizza not as greasy? I would argue grease on New York pizza is considered a topping. I would agree with that take. That's a pretty good take. Yes. You could just eat the grease, says Diz. The bread is oversaturated. The bread is oversaturated. It's the well. I know that the grease comes from the cheese, Leanna, but there's cheese on all pizza. Well, all good pizza. It's very refreshing. I moved yesterday, but glad to come back to tunes and pizza. Aww, that's sweet. It gotta be. It's gotta be the fat cooking out of the cheese. It definitely is. We know where the grease is coming from. I'm just saying, how come New York pizza is greasier than Detroit pizza? And I think we're kind of arriving at the same conclusion that it's just because there's so little bread to soak up the grease, so the grease just pools up on top. Because if I go, by the way, I love Detroit style pizza. I love it. I feel like if I went to Detroit right now and I just ate at every pizza place and every block, I would love it all. I don't know if I've never had a bad Detroit pizza, but um, yeah, I don't know. We can have a virtual pizza party, yeah, if you want. I mean, I don't care. How come we don't have themed morning medleys? Because they're in the morning and I'm just waking up. How come we don't have themed morning medleys? That's what the cupped pepperoni is for, to make little grease bowls. Okay, so I'm so glad you brought that up, Diz. I'm so glad you brought that up. Okay, so I had never seen a cupped pepperoni until I went to a place called Casanova Bros. Oh my god, I missed them. Oh no. Oh. Oh, I have to go back to Arizona soon anyway to renew my registration or something like that on my car, and so I might hit up Casanova Bros if they're still open and operating. Because holy crap! So there's this place in Arizona called Casanova Bros, and it's owned by these two brothers, the Casanova brothers from New York. They grew up they grew up in Brooklyn, and then had a pizza place, and then eventually they moved out to Arizona because the rent in Brooklyn was getting outrageous, and the rent in Arizona is extremely low. And they were like the only authentic New York pizza place in Arizona. And my friend, who was just like, "Oh, I gotta take you to Casanova. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it." Takes me to Casanova, and that was the first time I saw the little cupped pepperonis. And I was like, "Why are there pepperonis like that?" And he was like, "Don't worry about it. Just eat them. Trust me, it's super good." And now that's like my preferred pepperoni. Like when I go to a pizza place and I see they have the little cups, I'm like, "Oh, this is about to be dope." But yes, the grease does pool up in them, and sometimes it is a little gross when you like bite and there's literally a bowl of grease. Like it's like a gusher, except instead of juice inside, it's grease. I do like Maddie says don't ruin gushers for me. How have gushers not been ruined for you by now? I'm joking. I've only ever had one gusher in my entire life, and it was very old, so it didn't gush. It was just chewy all the way through. So I've never actually had the gush experience. Um, Technically, I guess I could go buy one now. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird how you want something so bad, and then once the keys are in your hand, you're kind of just like, I don't really need it right now. There's a local pizza place in town, says Diz, that is that style, and the pizza tastes sweet, like it's candy. Yeah, yes. Same with this place, Diz. Actually, same with this place. And my assumption, because I always get pepperoni pizza, was that it's in the pepperonis. But I've always been curious to go there and get a cheese pizza and see if it still has that sweet taste. Yeah, what is that? I think it's the pepperoni. It does have a sweet taste. You're absolutely right. This place is called Pizzanista, and every time I eat it, I'm always just like, it's weird, right? Sweet, not like candy, not quite like candy, but it is like weird. It's not savory. Anyways, Manny says I haven't even had them recently. I just have food gusher memories, fond gusher memories. My bad. What would you deep fry in pizza grease? What would I deep fry in pizza grease? Potatoes, I guess, and try that. I would deep fry potatoes. I know it's not ideal. It's not good. I shouldn't do that. But you're just, throwing out a random question. So that's, I would say that's probably what I would feel safe doing that in. I wouldn't deep fry meat probably in pizza grease, but potatoes seem safe. Safe for like, all things considered. Banana on pizza, says Cyber. Curry on pizza, says Cyber. Okay, all right. Hey, Jelly Belly. Hey, we were just talking about candy, I guess. Are you Jelly Bean? That's a Jelly Bean reference, isn't it? I'm a supporter of fruit on pizza, says Diz. I'm also a supporter of it. I do not consume it. I support it, though. Whatever that means. There's a fancy schmancy pizza place nearby, and they have pizza with potatoes. That's super yummy, says Maddie. Oh, I'd be willing to eat that. I just moved to New York from Ohio, so to speak. Oh, about 9 months ago. And still haven't had New York style pizza. Interesting. Very interesting, Space Boy. I feel. Well, have you had a street dog? I mean, right now probably isn't the best environment to be eating these things anyway. I mean, I feel like if New York wasn't in quarantine, maybe pizza would be more accessible. And honestly, during quarantine, I don't know who's having the street dogs, but I love them. Something. I mean, I'm gonna say this, and then we gotta move on from food, guys. We gotta move on from food. I'm so sorry. I hate to be that. I hate to be the Grinch of the treats, but a lot of people get like really grossed out. Not talking about these times. I'm talking about the before times. Can we just talk about the before times for like 2 seconds? By the way, my morning's going great, Jellybean. Oh, I remember you. Oh my God, thanks for coming over here. I'm always really overjoyed when somebody from Instagram comes all the way out here to YouTube land. I appreciate you, Jellybean. I haven't been very active on Instagram, so I appreciate you making the trip. I technically haven't been in New York City yet, so maybe that's it. Oh, well, there you go. It could be it. It could be it. I was going to make a German pancake for breakfast, but we added eggs and butter. Yikes. The two dopest ingredients for making any type of bread. Guys, listen. In the before times, you walk into a restaurant, you go to a food truck, you go up to a hot dog stand, you go somewhere, and you see the environment of the kitchen isn't like clean. It's maybe like a little like whatever. It's like, this place looks kind of grody. This place looks a little grubby, as me and Andrelix would say. This is a grubby spot. Or you see somebody handling your food and like maybe they're not wearing gloves and you're like, this is the place where they don't do that. That's cool. A little grubby, but alright. Every single time I go to one of those places, it's always so delicious. And because of that association, now when I go to a place and I see like the kitchen looks like a little nasty a little bit, like the people look a little nasty and they're like sweating and stuff like that, and like they're not wearing a hairnet, and I'm like, this might be the best food I've ever had. And it's just consistently good. It's just always good. I don't want to gross anybody out. I know that a lot of people maybe have like germophobia that they can't help, and they might walk into a place and they'll like maybe see a dead roach in a corner, they'll be like, oh, we're not eating here. And I feel for those people. Those people are smart for sure. I'm just saying something when things get a little grubby, and within reason, like if I go to a place and like somebody's like wiping their butt on a cutting board, like maybe that's a little extreme, but I just mean sometimes I will sacrifice sanitation and eating environments in order to get good food. I feel like once you work in a restaurant, you realize how loose most places are with health codes. Exactly, exactly. I know that most cleanliness, especially in restaurants, is theater. I know that a lot of restaurants are actually kind of gross, but they need to show people that they're not. So there's a lot of upfront cleanliness, and there's a lot of like really weird cutting corners in the back. So I'm totally okay with them showing me the corners being cut. I'm completely fine with it. Again, I don't want it to sound like I'm like, because I know a lot of people are like, I can't have meat, so if they cut something with this knife and then they go over here and cut something with this knife, like, yo, that's like a health risk for me, or that's like a moral thing, and I get that. I just don't have that, and so for me, usually when places are like rated lower, You know, like when there's like the ABC and like there's a C rating. I'm like, hey, the food might be pretty dope here. Again, it might not be, but I'm willing to take a chance on a dirty restaurant any day of the week. Spaceboy says I worked at Domino's and we never wore gloves. The floor was a mess and we were always sweaty. But we were one of the only 5-star Domino's in the area. Heck yeah, Spaceboy. I believe the heck out of that. Um, yeah. Hole in the wall places are always good, Cyber. Jaime. Good morning, by the way, Jaime. I didn't even see you come in. Oh, because you're on your lunch break. Well, I hope work's going okay, Jaime. Thanks for spending a little bit of your lunch with me. That's, wow. I wouldn't even spend my lunch break with my friends, Jaime. That's high. I'm high up there. I appreciate that. When my friends would try to visit me at work during my lunch break, I would like freak out. I'm like, no. Don't come. I don't want to see you. I want to see you. Not in that space. Not in that space. Leave me alone. Let me have my like moment of peace. Okay. I went to New York City on a high school trip once, and all my friends were too prissy about that kind of stuff. I haven't heard the word prissy in so long. I just want to give Maddie a mental high five for bringing that back to my life. Prissy. Years. Actual years since I've heard that. Anyways, they're prissy about that kind of stuff, and I always wanted to double check their health code rating. Boo! Boo! Screw your friends. Liana says, I noticed in Seattle the health set signs in restaurants are super detailed. Oh. This I believe. I was going to rev up the trash heart discourse, but I think we've run out of time. It's okay. Oh, thanks for the heart crumbs, by the way, Lindsay. I got that notification. Consider the amazing medley you gave us. It's all right. Aww. Thanks, Lindsay. I'm glad that you enjoyed the medley. I was feeling medley friendly today. I agree with you, Omni, but the streams are a nice break from the hectic stuff at work. Well, I appreciate that. Is there anything specific you would like to hear, at least a little bit of, before you have to go back to the grinding stone? Let me know. Maddie says, I mean, specifically once, one girl, she was the definition of the word prissy. Prissy sounds very good. I know what it means, and I know it means something that I don't want. Somehow prissy makes me think of Lola from Space Jam. Oh, Christ. Anyways, this is a loss in that game. I hope you're enjoying the game, though, Lindsay, and I hope you find your way through. If you haven't played the Witchy tune, I'd love that. I did play a weird version of Witchy, but because of course I did. Do you have a specific instrument you would like it to be played in? You want piano? You want Rhodes? You want like a saxophone sound? You want like a vocal sound? What do you want? One thing to keep in mind about restaurant ratings is that no matter what the rating is, you will likely be fine eating there, because if it was actually dangerous for your health, they would shut it. Word. This is actually a really good point this is making. I want the sound 178 and Wii 179. Oh, can you do Rhodes and sax? Oh, you want me to do weird stuff? Hold on, because Cyber says 177. 177 was Clav, right? 178 was another Clav. 179 was Celestabel. Oh, snap. What a weird coincidence. Cyber, I use Celestabel in a lot of music. Pretty much every track on Ego Death has a Celestabel in it. Not from this keyboard, for sure, but... Oh, wow. Beautiful. Almost sounds like a music box, you know? It's got a very percussive action on it. Yeah, anyways, on that New York City trip, we went to a food cart that was clearly popular and had a line all the time, so I knew the food was good, but several of my friends refused to go because they were scared. Yeah. Screw them. Um, the one of them got food poisoning somewhere else. I love that Maddie adds a laugh to the end of that. Maddie. Okay. Listen. So that's a. I'm gonna try to do this because Jaime wants it, and Jaime's been working really hard, and Jaime comes into the streams very often. Jaime wanted a Rhodes fused with a sax. That's Rhodes. Can you hear the sax under it at all? It's kind of quiet. You can hear it if I let the note ring out long enough. Word. That's so weird. Oh, because it's super loud. That's just random now. What a weird song though. I mean, are you gonna get the PS5 when it drops? I'm not gonna get the PS5 when it drops. I am gonna get a PS5 though, but I do not buy consoles on launch. It's like a weird rule that I have. Usually, what I'll do, because usually consoles come out during the fall season. I don't know why that is, but it just seems to be a thing that happens usually in the fall season. Maybe it's because of like Black Friday or something, holiday season, but consoles come out usually in the fall. What I'll usually do is I'll buy them the next fall. Uh, I've never bought a console within a year of it coming out. However, the PS5 looks decent. I might maybe buy it summer 2021, but I am 100% not going to buy that thing on launch. You can't, you can't make me do it. But I am very interested in the console. I wait at least a year for the next Black Friday. Heck yeah, Liana. Ugh, Liana. Sometimes you say things. Sometimes you say the things. Liana makes more sense. I think I'll get a PS4 soon. Ooh, it is. Yes. You want mine? You want mine? When I get a PS5, you want to? You want me to send out mine? Let me do a raffle for my PS4. It's in really good shape, actually. I mean, I could wipe it. It's in really good shape though, because it's kind of new. I only got a PS4 in 2018. 2018 is when I bought my PS4. Yep. Yes, PS4 2018. So I was a little bit behind the curve myself, but you know, you know. Lindsay is waiting for refined definitions. Yes, I hear you, Lindsay. We are waiting. I'll wait at least until next Black Friday, usually after the next Christmas, because new dropped consoles usually have problems. Space Boy, tell them, please. Space Boy, I like to pass the podium to you. Please tell them. Please tell them that when things drop, they're always riddled with diseases. Please tell them that I don't want to be the guinea pig for whatever Sony's pooping out this year. Sorry, I like Sony. I don't want to be there on day one. I don't want to alpha test, beta test the PS5. I bought my PS4 because of Destiny 1. I had a used one. I got a refurbished one for like $250 or something. Word up. I love me bargains, baby. Honestly, I kind of want a PS4, but I feel like I can't for some ridiculous reason. Huh. Like I've never had a PlayStation, so I somehow can't now. That's funny. I like that. That's really cool. I like that, Lindsay. That's sick. It's a good way to be. Stay like that forever. It applies even for books. Reprints always fix the errors, says Leanna. Ooh! You know why I like that? Coming from you, Leanna? Because that's like your whole thing. Hey, everybody knows in the stream what Leanna's job was, so that's like a thing only you can say. Jaime is giving me money. Oh my god, Jaime. You're at work right now. Oh, you're welcome for the witchy, though. Thanks for coming in the stream. Thanks for coming in the stream. My first job, I made $5.15 an hour. And I remember thinking to myself, this is so dope. I have a job. I'm making money. I'm getting a check. And then I remember one day, and I wish I could unlearn that. One day I had a particularly horrible hour at work. It was because it was Thursday. I mean, sorry, not Thursday. It was Thanksgiving, which is on a Thursday, right? Anyways, it was Thanksgiving, and for those of you that have worked in food service on Thanksgiving, it's freaking horrible because a lot of people can't cook, and the people that can cook usually wait until the very last minute to hit up the store and get all their frozen turkeys and their cranberries and whatnot. And so it was a very hectic day, and I remember having like a weird meltdown and being like behind the grocery store, and just like behind the grocery store, like squatting on the ground and like, you know, contemplating life and what was worth living. And I was like, I've only been here an hour. I just made $5.15. It was that horrible. It was a horrible, horrible time. And all I have to show for it is $5. And then I thought about taxes. And then I wanted to cry. Anyways, thank you for the $7, Jaime. I really do appreciate that. That's huge. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your time at work. I hope that work isn't that bad for you. Work, I mean, honestly, wasn't that bad for me. It was just a really bad time. It was like Thursday, holidays. Working around the holidays is always kind of a nightmare. Start with a long history on overheating consoles at launch. Sony has a long history of overheating consoles at launch, and the PS5 is probably the biggest console in the last decade for airflow reasons, so we can expect it to be mad hot. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, baby, that thing is going to be a little lava lamp, isn't it? And I don't know how exactly, like, what position I'm going to have to put it in to make sure it gets good ventilation, so I'm just going to wait. And also, another reason why I wait, and I think that Diz will probably be able to attest to this, as well as Space Boy, as well as Liana. We all know that sometimes the games at launch, no offense to any of those games or their developers, sometimes the games at launch don't hit, you know? Very rarely. I mean, we've had some examples of some really good launch titles, like, people count, freaking Zelda. I have my own weird reasons why I don't want to count Zelda. Because usually when I think of launch title, I think of exclusive, and Zelda technically also came out on the Wii U, but I usually feel like launch titles like don't really hit that hard. They're usually not great, and so, and if they are great, I can play them in a year. They're not going anywhere. That's the thing that's important. I also definitely think my worst job was a grocery store cashier. You want to know something really weird, Lindsay? Um, you don't look like this person. You do not look like this person. But your aura reminds me of this cashier that I was like in love with when I worked at Fry's. And she ended up joining the military. And I don't remember what her name was. It might have been Tara. We always called her Flash because like her thing was how good, like she was super super fast at scanning things. Oh my god, this is so stupid. This is such a dumb story. Anyways, she was really really good at scanning things, like super fast, like mind blowing. Granted, I was 15 at the time, so uh, it wasn't very hard to impress me. But she was like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah." And I remember it was this weird thing where like we were all bad boys, and we didn't. It was like seen as a cashiers picked their bagger. I don't know how it works in most stores, but at Fry's Food and Drug in Arizona, cashiers would pick their bagger. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on this shift. They're gonna be me. They're gonna be on me." So if they are like bagging their own groceries, the customers or the cashier, it looks bad on you because it's like, "Yo, where are you? You're supposed to be taking care of your cashier." Nobody ever wanted to have Flash because she would send you groceries so fast that if you were like, especially just starting out, it was overwhelming because they're like bagging things and you're like, wait, these are eggs. I can't put those in this bag. Let me put those off to the side. This is bread. I don't want to squish the bread. Let me put that off to the side. And there's like these potatoes. Sometimes they don't need a bag. You ask the person if they want the potatoes in the bag, or it was like really complicated when you had Flash. And my like goal was to bag things fast enough to where I could get where Flash would pick me. And so eventually Flash started picking me, and then it was like the coolest. I really looked up to Flash a lot, and then Flash enlisted in the military and obviously had to leave the store. And I don't remember who I got put on after that, but it was really sad. I think I wrote her like this really weird letter. Yeah, what the heck? I wrote her a letter. I can't remember what happened to it or if I was ever able to get it to her or something. There was this weird like corner that we would hang out in the break room. And it wasn't really the break room, but it was like a stock room, but we turned it into a break room because the break room was too small in this Fry's. So we like in this corner in the stock room. It's also where we kept this big tank of helium, and it was for like blowing up, obviously blowing up balloons because like you've been in a grocery store near where the flowers are. They also have balloons like "Happy Birthday" or like whatever. The balloons in the flower section for like all the men who have like disappointed their partners, and so we would have to blow them up in the back. And I remember Flash would inhale the helium and work like literally like work her shifts like with the helium voice a lot. She would like go in, and we didn't understand like where she was getting that from. We didn't understand like how she was getting her voice like that because we didn't know that that big tank, because it was ugly. The tank was like all like rickety and ugly looking. It just looked like garbage. It looked like refuse. I didn't know you could use it. And then I used it one time and I ended up getting in trouble. I got written up. She didn't get written up for it. I don't know why I'm telling this whole thing. Anyways, she ended up joining the military. I wrote her a letter. I think we were friends on Facebook for like a while, maybe. I think I might imagine that. Anyways, I hope she's okay wherever she is. Probably has kids. You know, everybody in Arizona has kids. Man says, "What's up, Jordan? B, y'all all right? Hey, Mance, how you do? I hope you're okay." Um, Sometimes I gotta mess around and bag them myself as a customer. Word is okay. I put salt in my Oreo crust. Hold on, let me back up. I put salt. No, I read it right. I put salt in my Oreo crust, ice cream pie thingy. That is a capital R regret right there. What were you supposed to be putting in it? Did you put the salt in on purpose? Did you think it was Parmesan cheese like I did? Or did you know it was salt? Just getting ready to jug, says Jordan. My joke about everybody having kids in Arizona is a reference to how Arizonans. Let me tread carefully. How do I say this without it being mean? I'm an Arizonan, originally. Not anymore. I just feel like Arizona is bad. No, wow, Jesus Christ, what happened to the nuance there? I feel like Arizona suffers from its proximity to California. And when I say that, I mean that if you're in Arizona and you have anything cool, you have a decent amount of money, or you have talent, or you have skills, or there's a thing that you do and it's dope, you're funny, you make music, you paint, you make TV shows, you're an actual comedian, you're a director, you're a photographer, it doesn't matter. Like, if you have a really cool thing that you do, something special about you, typically, because of the proximity of California, it's very close. It's very close. A lot of people will just come out here and enrich California. So a lot of like dope musicians, dope architects, dope whatever are moving out of Arizona, the younger ones anyway, to be here in California, and it makes California greater. Like California doesn't just have a bunch of dope artists. A lot of dope artists come here. I mean, it has artists too, but a lot of them are coming in from other places. And Arizona's just so close that it's easy. It's not even like a sacrifice to drive for like 4.5, 5 hours, and now you're in the place. You're in the place. And so a lot of the people that end up staying in Arizona usually will end up building a life there. And oh man, this is complicated. I'll tell from my own experience. So I'm a musician, right? I made music in Arizona. I played in bands in Arizona. I played shows in Arizona. Arizona's great. Arizona's cool. Arizona's fun. And you're always trying to build the music scene in Arizona because the music scene in Arizona suffers greatly. It's not so great. But everybody in Arizona who is a musician is like, oh, well, if we all come together and build, we can make it great the same way that a lot of other cities have made themselves great. And so you as a musician, you have to make this decision where it's like, do I want to spend my effort and time here trying to build something that might work? Or do I just drive 5 hours to the west and enjoy the benefits of a place where the infrastructure already exists? And I think a lot of people will go to where the infrastructure is as opposed to trying to build it themselves, because it's a very hard task to build infrastructure. It takes years and years, it takes lifetimes and lifetimes, decades to build a, for example, flourishing music scene. Like Nashville, Austin, Texas, New York City, Detroit, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Seattle. These places didn't just like one day decide they wanted to have like a good music industry, a good music scene. It took years and years of time. Like Seattle, even before like grunge kind of came to Seattle, Seattle wasn't necessarily a music destination. And since then, it has consistently brought up good acts, and it's because the infrastructure is there to support them. And I think that if you're in a place where there is no infrastructure, it's almost unfair to have to create it when you can just go to where it already exists. And if you're in Arizona, it already exists literally next door. Like California is right next door, so most people will go to California. And the people that will end up staying in Arizona will try to build the thing and usually get exhausted because it is a hard task. And then they just kind of go, you know what? I used to do a lot of photography. It was cool for a while, but now, I'm just kind of like, I'm going to start my family. I'm still going to take pictures. It's going to be dope. But it's not the same as if they had gone to where the infrastructure truly would have supported them and maybe given them some of the opportunities that just you have to fight tooth and nail for in Arizona. So earlier when I said everybody in Arizona has kids, it was a reference to Arizona lacking a lot of artistic infrastructure and support systems to keep artists active. And so artists will usually instead, rightfully so, and intelligently, sideline some of their artistic endeavors to hobbies and focus on maybe more sustainable careers. Okay. Jimi Hendrix being one of the only talents to come out of Seattle before grunge. This is a very, very good point. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It takes a really long time, guys. It just takes a long time. Gotta head back to work. Goodbye, Jaime. Thank you again. Thank you again for being here, and thank you for your generosity. curiosity. I hope you enjoy the rest of your workday. I'm glad that I was able to give you a little bit of witchy to get it through. But yes, everybody in Arizona has kids, and if they don't, they will soon. That's the mark of success in Arizona. Have some babies, get a front yard. Everybody loves a front yard. Maybe you get a house with a pool. Ooh, a pool. There's no maintenance to that, I'm sure. And then, you go to Lake Tahoe on the weekend. Oh, see, now I'm actually just being mean. Anyways, I missed Witchy. That's my jam. I actually played it twice, Mance. You missed it twice. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. We do need to start winding down. You guys have been so great today, though. Everybody's been nice. The chat was cooking. I was looking, for the most part. I had a pretty beefy medley that took up an entire hour of the stream, and that's why I was kind of socially absent from it. But guys, Friday, tomorrow, is the production stream. If you're not excited, get excited. Get excited. I'm excited. I think so. I've been messing with the webcam angle. The second one that does top down. I've been trying to like. For those of you that were in the stream, you might have noticed that one of the stream cameras is very straight on, and the other stream camera is like a wide angle lens that catches a lot. And I kind of wish both of them were wide angle. And the reason that they are not is because I am out of USB ports. And somebody might say, well, Omni, just get a USB extender. And I would tell that person I'm already using one. And I'm afraid that if I have several USB hubs coming out of my USB ports on my computer with other devices plugged into them, I might explode. Well, no, I'll be fine, but my computer might explode. So I'm trying to make do with the little bummy webcams that I have. So I thank you for everybody for being patient with that. But I am going to try to maybe alter the angle. I want to get a better angle off of that second webcam. I hope that isn't impossible. Get a big hub, says Liana. Ooh, big hub, big hub. Hold on. Big hub. Big hub USB. Holy crap. Oh, it's $80, Liana. Liana, you should have told me it was going to be $80. Yo, these hubs are wild. Hold on. Can I? Oh my god. Can I even run this? Oh my god, there's little switches? Oh. That is very cool, though. I didn't know they made him that big. I didn't know they made him that big. Like, holy, 16 ports. But what's it gonna do to my computer? Liana, but what's it gonna do? Oh my god. Hard drive. 3.0 adapter. Comes with a power adapter. Free 1 day. Free 1 day shipping. No. Hey, Soosayer! Goodbye, bye Kiwi. Thank you for being in the stream. As always. I'm sorry I didn't play Kiwi. I'll play it next time you come in the stream. I don't even know if you like that song, but it is your namesake, so if you're in the stream next time, I'll play it, I promise. I can probably go pop into the stream tomorrow, but a little bit before work. Oh, word up. But I'll watch it after to see the good tunes. Oh, thanks, Maddie. Appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that can't make the stream on time and then they watch it later. I can't imagine what that feels like because I feel like a good chunk of the stream for me, I can't speak for anybody else, but a good chunk of the stream for me is being able to interact with people. And so people that are able to just watch it later and still enjoy it, missing that aspect, like, I appreciate you. That is definitely a different experience. And I understand we're all very busy people, and you guys are not like me. And when I say you guys are not like me, I mean your office isn't literally 3 feet away from your bed. This is not a brag. This is not a complaint. It just is what it is. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not. Honestly, during quarantine, it's been not so great because, you know, I would like to be able to get out. There's just no place for me to go. Okay, anyways, you can play me out. Ooh, I could, couldn't I? Diz says for the moment their job is also in their room. Their office is also in their bedroom. Honestly, what a dream. I used to dream of it. Now it's my living nightmare, and I hate it. But, grass is always greener, right? After that, Man says, Omni, do you like the Juno 60 synth? Any thoughts on it? So, Mance, that's such a good question. I like when people that are informed about synthesizers ask questions. So, for those of you that are like, what's a Juno 60? If you like the Neptunes, if you like Pharrell, older Pharrell, I'm not going to say current day Pharrell, or you like just any funk record, honestly. You like P-Funk, you like Parliament, you like George Clinton, you like Flying Lotus, you like Kate Renata. If you like any of these acts, you've probably heard a Juno 60. It is a very, very iconic, funky, old analog synth. And if you were listening carefully, you heard the words analog and you heard the word old, which translates to expensive. A Juno 60 is very, very expensive because, well, they don't make them anymore. Even if hold on, let me take down this Mega Hub. If I'm looking up Juno 60, right? The Juno 60 right now, used is $3,500. And that is it looks like that's the only one that I can see. I can't see a second one that's used. That one's $3,500. Oh, I found another one that's $2,600, $2,700, $2,500. Yeah, it's not a cheap synthesizer. So, that being said, I'm going to take that in consideration with my answer, man. So I think that the Juno 60 is an amazing keyboard, and I love the sounds from it. Ugh, I made a song with Eki that may never come out that has Juno 60 recordings on it because we were up at a studio in the Bay that had one. It had two, actually. So much fun. So, I love this keyboard. Great sounds. However, for me personally, is it worth $3,500? Absolutely not. I wish that we had better emulators so that I could just have software of the Juno 60 on my computer. But I understand, it's hardware. And so, even though I love Roland, guys, you know I love Roland, right? My keytar is made by Roland. My Roland Gaia is made by Roland. I have a lot of Roland equipment. But keep in mind that Juno 60, since it's not being made anymore, none of the money that you're paying to get a Juno 60 actually is going to Roland anyway. It's going to whoever is reselling it to you. So I personally would invest in some of the emulators. For example, what is it? Arturia? If you're familiar with Arturia, they do a lot of emulation stuff. So they have like Korg MS-2000 emulator where they've like copied it and tried to come as close as they can to the sound from it. They also have one for the Juno 60. So yes, it's not a one-to-one. It comes so close though. Comes so close where only like a big tech head will understand or be able to hear the difference. So I would prefer to use the emulator than I would prefer to pay, over $3,000 for a used, 30, 40-year-old keyboard, So those are my complete thoughts on the Juno 60 synthesizer. Thank you, Mance, for that question. I appreciated it. Ooh, that sounded pretty. Okay, oh, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to get back, Mance. Stick with me, y'all. Good news, everyone. I finished one task for today. Finally went through my unread emails, and that's been piling up. That's a huge task, Maddie. I actually freaked out yesterday because I was trying to get to the bottom of it, and every time I deleted a bunch, a new full page of emails would show up that I hadn't read. So that's a big high five for Maddie there. What else we digging through? Sue says, well, I'm here. Good job playing off that potato troll. I don't know where he went. But I did answer his question. See, that's the thing. I feel like sometimes my faith in humanity makes me misunderstand whether somebody's being a troll or they're being genuine. And I thought he was being genuine, but then he didn't really engage in the potato conversation after his time out expired. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to talk to me. Maybe he was just trying to disrupt the stream. I don't even have to shower or wear pants. It's not a bad gig, says Diz, talking about working from home. Word up. Um, for Zoom calls, just wear a nice dress skirt. Or sorry, dress shirt. Oh my god, the chat keeps refreshing and it throws me off. Okay, I'm high key loathing going back to normal and having to wear a bra again. Yeah, screw bras. However, I will say, to your point, Diz, about not having to wear pants, something that is actually kind of like weird for me is I haven't worn a bow tie and like my true button up garb, my chinos with the cuff and the pretty socks and my dope shoes. Like I literally have chinos in my, well, it's like a big box, but like in my pant box right now that I've never worn because I bought them right before quarantine happened. So it is nice to not have to get dressed up every now and then. But I think I'm like forgetting how to like look decent. So that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't shaving for a really long time. I'm educating myself on scents. Uh, wait. Let me get you. Let me. Arturia. It's Arturia. A-R-T. Sorry, I have a keyboard. I'm so stupid. Arturia. That's how you spell it. Um, Juno 60. This is so fun. I very rarely get to be this helpful for anyone. So, Arturia has. This is so cool. I'm never this helpful. Sorry. So, Arturia has like a bunch of software bundles. Oh my god, please. I don't like posting links in the stream, but this is for you, Mance. Oh my god, and it's beefy. Will it even let me? It won't let me post it. Oh my god, why is it so long? The link is like 600. It's like 600 characters. That's insane. What are you talking about? What do you mean 600 characters? If you just Google search Arturia, and then actually put Juno 60 on it, it'll. I mean, it won't bring up obviously the Juno 60, but there is like a software collection that does a lot of Roland synthesizers, but a lot of those things come close. Okay. Um, hey Omni, I'm looking into getting a talk box. Do you know anything about them or recommendations? Space Boy asks. I'm not gonna make any specific recommendations on talk boxes, Space Boy, because my specific experience with talk boxes is very limited. So I haven't used like 5 different talk boxes. Even if you were talking to me about vocoder, Space Boy, all I could really talk about is the built-in vocoder in FL Studio and my microcord, which I talked about in a previous stream. So I would say something to note about talk boxes, Space Boy, is when you have a talk box, you've seen it, I assume, but I'm going to describe it kind of for the other people in the stream. When you have a talk box, there's a little hose that goes in your mouth, and you have that hose hooked up to a thing that is now plugged into a synthesizer or a guitar or really any instrument. Then you play notes and you shape the sound of the notes with your mouth. This is getting a little technical, so I'm gonna like kind of brush through this. And if anybody in the stream wanted a deeper dive in this, just remind me in a different stream. But for vocoders, you are recording your vocals and then you are applying pitch to them, a pitch and like a little bit of a filter. For talkbox, you are making the sound and you are shaping the sound with the inside of your mouth cavity. You know, in the same way that when your vocal cords make a noise, your tongue and your teeth and your cheeks and your lips are shaping the sound to form words. So that is how a talkbox works. So something to note is that a talkbox, Spaceboy, is not that important. Good talkbox versus bad talkbox, as long as it's got a durable hose, you're fine. The part of the talkbox that actually, it's weird, that ends up being more paramount, is the thing that it's plugged into. If you have a talkbox plugged into a really cheap or whatever whack guitar sound, the talkbox isn't going to make a cool sound. If you have a talkbox plugged into like a dinky Fisher Price, Walmart keyboard, the talkbox isn't going to sound good. The talkbox is like a tool where if you hook it up to, say, a Juno 60, one of those old analog synths we were talking about just a few minutes ago in the stream, you're going to get a really cool, rich sound. Now, if you listen to somebody like, again, P-Funk, Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton, Rick James, or to go more modern, if you've listened to If you've listened to Chromeo, for example, maybe you've listened to Chromeo, um, or Redinho, 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 or Chromeo. If you listen to either one of those, they use talk boxes plugged into some pretty decent, beefy analog synths. So it's something to think about. If you want to get that cool sound, you might want to get an analog synth. Now, something that's really important to note is that my microKORG that has a vocoder on it is also an analog synth, so you can get creative there. But the point that I'm making, Spaceboy, is that with a talk box, whatever you buy is fine. It's completely fine if you skimp out and get a cheaper talk box, because what's more important is the source of the sound, which is going to be the synth or the guitar or whatever the talk box is plugged into. Don't waste a lot of money on an expensive talk box and then plug it into like a cheap, Casio tone. Okay, I hope that helps. I really do. His account looks suspect. Omni says Cyber talking about Magnetic Game. Oh, wow. Word, I'm sorry. Yeah, screw bros. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ava, that if I ruled the world, if I ruled the world, if I ruled the world. Who was that? Was that Lauryn Hill? Does anybody remember that song? Anyways, heck yeah, Set Him Free says Diz. Yes. Make it the title, says Spaceboy. Kidding. Spaceboy's kidding. Diz is leaving. Goodbye, Diz. Thank you so much for being in the stream. Spaceboy says, yeah, I do. What inspired me originally was iMonster. Oh. But that really helps. Thank you. I was originally going to buy a $150 one, but I'm not so sure now. $150, by the way, Spaceboy, sounds decent. I think you can go more expensive, and I also think you can go cheaper. Whatever you're comfortable with. Just know that the talk box isn't necessarily the source of the sound. So, since you're going to want a good sound, just think about what the source of the sound is, Nas featuring Lauryn Hill. Ugh. Of course I'm right, Liana. Of course I'm right. Yeah. Anyways, I'm glad that helps, Spaceboy. If I ruled the world, no bras, I guess. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, Lindsay, honestly. I was going to say if I ruled the world, Ava wouldn't have to wear a bra. But then it sounded really weird and personal, so I trailed off. Okay, guys. All right. What a successful stream. I have to do a lot of setup for tomorrow's stream. More than I'm happy with. But today's going to be a busy day. To everybody chilling on their Thursday. And just Ava, no one else. Yeah, just Ava. Only Ava. To everybody that's going to be chilling for this Thursday, and you're coming into tomorrow's stream, maybe think up any song if you're going to go on Spotify, or if you already have a song in your brain that you will want to hear broken down at the very end of tomorrow's stream. Just think about that and then come into the Friday stream, and we can get that figured out. Black diamonds and pearls. Yo, songs just used to be like nothing. You know what I mean? Songs used to really not be about anything. I mean, I know that songs about something. Songs were about things. I'm just saying, you ever sing an old song and you think, oh, that would never fly today? This is like the most weird, like, free form, like, I can't dance to this. Like, they can't bump this in the club. Like, this is just fun. Hi, Alex. I've never tried a bra on, but I have to imagine that they're probably not all that comfortable. Also, I've never understood why they're so expensive. I've never priced out a bra. But from what I understand, you can't buy them in packs of 8. I still haven't opened up that pack of Hanes, guys. I still haven't opened it up. The more I look at it, the more uncomfortable I am about potentially ever wearing these. Anyways, anyways, yeah, I don't know how expensive bras, but I'm gonna assume they're pretty expensive. Bralettes with no wire, all right, but wire bras. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad there's no wires in anything I wear. Okay, Lindsay, I bought them because I was in a mood. I was in like a weird mood, and I went there to buy Fruit of the Loom underwear, and the Walmart is not very close because LA does not have Walmarts. LA hates Walmart. So if you want to go to Walmart, you live in LA, you usually have to drive, out of LA to get there to like the outskirts. And so I drove all the way to the outskirts. They didn't have what I wanted, and I was like, I don't want to drive out here again. And so I got what they had, and now I don't know. Okay, all right, everyone. Space Boy has got to go. Thank you so much for Space Boy for being in the stream. Good luck with your driving test, and I hope you have a license or whatever it is you're going for. But next time I see you in the stream, that's really cool. Okay, I have some music out. One piece of music is called The View. But before The View came out, I had two other bodies of work called Ego Death and Quick Breath. Every now and then, I feel like every Friday stream, sorry, I will open one of the tracks from one of those releases and kind of dissect them. So if you have heard those releases, I thank you. If you have not heard Quick Breath or Ego Death, I would like for you to, just because those are the most recent pieces of my work that I feel like are pretty indicative of what my sound is or was last most people heard it. It does cut out a pretty big chunk of this weird disco thing that I was making, but yeah, go listen to that. Soothsayer says bras are really difficult to make. So many small patches of fabric. Oh, that's actually a really good point. Something I don't think about, right? As I said in the previous stream, I could wear a cardboard diaper for all I care, but I feel like people have to be a little bit more delicate about the way they're handling a boob than whatever I got going on down here. Are they not your usual pick then? Oh, yeah. No, I wear Fruit of the Loom. I've been wearing Fruit of the Loom for as far as I know my entire life, Lindsay. I've never worn anything else, and so this represents change. I'm scared. If I don't like them, then it's like, whoa, what a waste of money. If I do like them, then it's like, what? Now I'm a Hanes guy. What does that mean? I gotta get rid of all the Fruit of the Loom. All I have is Fruit of the Loom. I gotta redo everything. I don't want that. They don't seem to have like the black band either. It's just color all the way up. Fruit of the Loom has it's a colorful underoos, and then the waistband is black, and it says Fruit of the Loom on it. It's got the fruit, so you know what time it is. These are the color all the way from groin to grip. I don't like it. I don't like it. No trim, no framing. So weird. But whatever. I'm probably gonna wear them tomorrow or something. Okay, wait, I always thought it was Maddie said a single pale boob. Good book title. I'm going to use the phrase from groin to grip forever now. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, Cyber. Having the fabric over the band is nice, in my opinion, says Soothsayer. It's just everything about it feels and sounds wrong. But I haven't worn them yet, so Soothsayer, I'll get back with you when I've actually worn them. I am taking a shower after this stream, so maybe, because I did work out this morning, so maybe. They do say they're tagless, which whatever. We're done talking about this now. I'll let you know if they're okay, Soothsayer. Although I never know if you're in the stream, so I might just start saying out loud into the ether how the underwear are working, and I'll just hope that you're there to hear it. You can't judge the underwear until you wash it. Oh, well, that's a whole nother thing. What? Is that true? I guess no, that is true. That is true, Soothsayer. Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge in you. My bad. I'm backing off of that. I'm gonna back off of that. Okay. Soothsayer, Groin to Grip definitely is not going to be a future song title. At least not by me. Oh my god. I've gotten in enough trouble. This is true though. You should wash them. before first use. What, before? Lots of loose dyes and stuff. Oh. Oh my goodness. Guys, what the heck? This is interesting. I'm learning so much. Alright. Alright, well, you can hear the Great Red on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google Play, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Earth, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. On YouTube, there's also a lot of streams happening. We're on 180 tomorrow. And I have quarantunes up, I have remixes up, I have like fun little like videos making fun of memes that I made songs out of. Those things are up on my page, organized into playlists. So I thank you for anybody who has made the time or had the time to listen to those or watch those. As far as liking the stream, thank you guys for liking the stream. We have more likes than we do viewers right now, and I am really happy about that. I honestly am. I feel like I usually have to say something. I didn't say anything in the stream. I assume somebody in the stream maybe said something. Maybe it was Cyber, maybe it was Lindsay, maybe it was Maddie. Who knows? But whether you did or didn't, I'm just thank you guys. I do really appreciate that. It's great. Dyes. I feel like the dyes are fine. I feel like the dyes are fine. If my butt starts itching, I'll let you guys know. I probably should. Peas Bean says, plus other people could have tried on the same clothing you bought, says Peas Bean. Okay, I believe that for clothing, but not for underwear. Not for underwear, because I buy my underwear in a pack. They're in a sealed pack, which, by the way, I don't know why Walmart does this. I think they might do it because people do put on underwear and steal them and walk out of the store with them. But Walmart puts underwear inside of a bag, and then inside of this big clear box that you need to get an attendant to unlock. They're literally treating underwear the same way that they would treat, like, I don't know, like a portable hard drive or like a video game. And so, anyways, I'm pretty sure no one's worn these underwear. But as far as like clothes, washing them before you wear them, I agree with that, Peas Bean, even though I also don't do that because we know how I am about my grub. I actually like things to be a little dirty. We talked about restaurants. So, Liana says that they've gotten dye on their butt before. I don't know that I have, but, you know. This doesn't sound like a bad thing. Factory dyes are fresh, and unless you want stuff on your junk or elsewhere, best practice to put the clothing through the wash. They even mention it on the bag. What if it's been pre-washed? Sometimes things have been pre-washed. Let's remember that. Let's remember that. That is a thing, right? Made in Vietnam. One day I'll make it there. As far as news, I have a stream tomorrow, guys. It's a production stream. We talked about it a little bit. Wicks away moisture. Well, all right. I don't know. These might be good ones. Tomorrow is the production stream. If you're going to come into production stream with suggestions, just know that those things are going to be handled at the end of the stream. Also, the production streams are a little bit longer. They're usually about twice as long as the normal streams. So, since the regular morning medley is about 2 hours, the morning medley in the studio usually is like 3 plus hours. So, I mean, I guess just be aware of that. So if I start streaming and it gets to like the 2.5 hour mark point, don't worry, it's supposed to. We're supposed to be in for that long. I think that's all the news. I did a commission for Discord. So if any of you guys saw that tweet where Discord like tweeted this animation of like these 4 like little yahoos playing instruments, the music that's playing is my music. Also, the little thing that's singing is me, but I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't tell you guys that in the stream. That's just a stream Easter egg, right? I'm working on commissions. I don't just say that and then like I turn this camera off and then I just lay down in bed for the next 18 hours. I'm working on commissions. It's just a lot of the times the commissions are pretty corporate, right? It's like, oh, I'm making a thing for this company. And then that company will put out their like ad or they'll put out their post and I'll like hear my music and I'm like, huh, I made that. But really after the check clears, I don't think about it that much anymore. Most of the time. Usually it's like, yo, I get my invoice cleared, like Papa's gonna pay rent this week, and then I don't think about any of the companies I'm not going to name now. I don't think about it. Now, some of you were around when like I had my partnership with Verizon, or you were around when I had my partnership with whoever, and so you saw things happening. But nowadays, usually when I complete a commission, a corporate commission, I don't even tell anybody that it existed. So I'm gonna try to change that around for the most part. Like if I'm in a stream, I'll let you guys know, like, oh hey, that thing that I did, that's up. Or hey, if you see this like ad floating around, like the music in it, that's mine. I did that. Um, the Discord one from like 6 days ago. Yes, if there's didgeridoo in it, then yes, that one, Lindsay. Um, Everyone have a thin Thursday, says Maddie. I'm feeling very thin. I'm starving, so let's hope it's not too thin this Thursday. I'm gonna go eat something. But thank you, Maddie, for this. I thought we lost you. Yeah, that song is called Hush Hour. It marks the last piece of music in the stream. Thank you all for being respectful to me and polite to each other. If you're coming into the tomorrow stream, it's going to be a fun one. It's 180. Hopefully there's no errors, guys. Every single time I do the production stream, there's always an error. There's always like a connection issue or something like that. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, as it has in the past, I'm just gonna start a second stream. We're gonna play through. It's gonna be a game of like touch and go, I guess. But for those of you guys that were there, thank you always for being patient with the stream when it has been a little buggy. And also Maddie specifically, thank you for always like giving like little like fix it coins when the stream is having a problem. I do appreciate you for doing that. Other than that, if you can't make it to the stream tomorrow, I hope everybody has a good weekend because time has little meaning anymore, and I'm trying to reinforce the fact that weekends do exist. So please have a good one. I'll see you back here Monday if I can't see you tomorrow for 180 at 9 a.m. Abo, everyone. I'm so hungry. I gotta eat summit.